You are watching Curiosity. In this video we will see some amazing insights about the Swiss watch industry. The Swiss watches are a symbol of luxury, excellence, and preciseness. Since the ancient periods, the Swiss watches have not only evolved with the better technologies, but also has made a status in itself. The Swiss industry wasn't the first to make small clocks. The first miniaturist clocks were created somewhere between 1509 and 1530 by Nuremberg. The Religious Revolution of 1517, by Martin Luther, led to the influx of various watchmakers in Switzerland. This influx of skilled refugees helped transform the reputation of Geneva into a city known for its high-quality watchmaking. At the same time, a revolution was underway in Geneva when John Calvin implemented reforms in 1541, which banned the wearing of jewels. He forced the goldsmiths and jewelers to move towards a new, independent craft named watchmaking. Later in time, John Calvin removed the restrictions on gold making. This allowed the watchmaking to be embedded with gold craft, and make beautiful watches, and rest is history. Many companies have come up and raised the levels of Swiss watchmaking by their research and development, some of which are Rolex, Cartier, Omega, Tissot, TAG Heuer and Swatch. 1970 was a tough year for the Swiss watch industry. It was the year of quartz revolution. During this time, the quartz watches significantly replaced the mechanical watches, and the sales of Swiss watches dropped down. Prior to the 1970s, the Swiss watch industry had 50% of the world watch market. Swiss makers hesitated in adopting quartz mechanism, as excellence in watchmaking was a large component of Swiss national identity. By 1983, the Swiss watchmakers declined to as low as 600. To save the industry, a Swiss consortium was made named the Swatch. Sooner it became the Swatch Group, the largest watch manufacturer in the world. The Swatch was sealed in a plastic case, sold as a disposable commodity, with little probability of repair, and had a small number of moving parts, that is 51 as compared to about 91 for mechanical watches. Furthermore, production was essentially automated, which resulted in a higher profitability. The Swatch was a huge success, and in less than 2 years, more than 2.5 million swatches were sold. The global watch industry is dominated by few countries, primarily by China and Switzerland. China is the world's top watch producer in terms of unit volume, but 99% are inexpensive, quartz watches. In the luxury segment, Switzerland enjoys a near monopoly position. Swiss watch industry is the highest grossing watch industry, that is $22.9 billion. About 95% of that production is exported. Hong Kong also plays a role as a shipping and re-exporting hub, including to mainland China. It's not easy for a watch to be called as a Swiss watch. A watch must have the Swiss mechanical movement, and should be assembled, cased up, and inspected in Switzerland, with at least 50% Swiss components, by value. A more recent amendment requires that at least 60% of the product's manufacturing costs must have been generated in Switzerland, and the activity that gives a product its essential characteristics must take place in Switzerland. The Asia subcontinent was the biggest contributor to the Swiss watch sales for the duration 2000 to 2012. By far the biggest contribution to the growth of Swiss watch exports over the past decade has come from Asia. The Asian countries were responsible for around 70% of the rise in exports during the 2000 to 2012 period. Hong Kong and China provided the biggest flip to growth. Around 28% of total watch exports went to these two countries in 2012, as compared with a figure of only 14% in 2000. Calculating your budget before buying a Swiss watch is considerably important. Watches are often compared to cars because of the mechanics involved, but the comparison could be just as well applied to your expenditure. A good Swiss watch can cost anything from £500 to £5 million. So it's a good idea to start your search based on how much you want to invest, and then move further to your purchasing. Of course, the creation of these high-end watches means that over 56,000 highly skilled people are employed, in 2012, in the watchmaking industry in Switzerland. They're employed by top Swiss watch brands like the Swatch Group, Rolex, LVMH and smaller family-run businesses. The future of the Swiss watch industry looks bright, and as the value of the Swiss franc increased in January 2015, the industry's prices have also gone up, meaning Swiss watches have become even more valuable. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more interesting videos.